Yeah, there is something that we discussed except the Medicare24 tender.
Are you able to shed light on what was discussed?
Maybe again, Chairperson, this particular issue, I want to request for a number of reasons that it be parked. We intend to bring, if necessary, again in law, an application to the Commission to deal with that issue differently. So at this point, I respectfully submit that for reasons that we've also disclosed to the evidence leaders, I do not think it's pertinent or prudent at this point to deal with this issue. We will deal with it in the supplementary affidavit together with a specifically application as to how we wish to deal with that aspect, because the client's already indicated to you that there's a relation to the Medicare contract and it flows from there. Thank you very much.
But Mr. Matlala has just said that it's not related to the Medicare24 contract.
It is indirectly related to it. As I said, my client is not an attorney or an advocate. He doesn't understand the legal, the finer points of the law in as much as how you indicate direct or indirect or related to.
Chair, my challenge is if we approach matters on that basis, then anything that was discussed on that one occasion, including any potential Christmas gifts, cannot be discussed, simply because the Medicare24 contract happened to be discussed in that meeting. Now, Mr. Matlala has specifically, as the chair points out, that there were other matters discussed that are unrelated to Medicare24. Now, if Ms. van der Heever wants the matter to be parked, as she suggests, the least she could do, I would suggest, is to advance a legal basis to the commissioners for why this matter should be parked. I do not see, even if she were able to, I do not see why the witness cannot comment just in general on the topics that were discussed and the detail to be unpacked in the supplementary statement. Thank you, Chair.
Chairperson, on that issue, if necessary, I will file a substantive application to deal with it and ask that that application be heard in camera. Thank you.
I just want to be sure, is the point the simple one that the other issues that were discussed, which Mr. Matlala says are not related to Medicare24, but which you say are indirectly related to Medicare24, that Mr. Matlala is claiming the privilege not to incriminate himself. Is that your point, Ms. van der Heever?
My point actually goes further, Chairperson, and that's why I say, with the greatest of respect, allow us the opportunity on that issue alone to set it out, file a substantive application, and set out to you the reasons as to why we believe that should not be dealt with in an open forum.
But in broad and general terms, why can't we hear now what the extension beyond the privilege is, in broad general terms, not any detail?
Chairperson, then I'm going to ask that I just deal with this issue with the client during tea time, and that we then come back after tea time to that particular issue. I need to take an instruction on him as to exactly how he feels comfortable in me addressing you on that issue. As I said, please understand it clearly. This is not to interfere with the flow of what we're busy with. But I also have my client's interest at heart when I address this issue. But I'm quite willing to have a quick discussion with him during the tea period and come back to this to see how we can deal with it.
Perhaps in the interest of time, Ms. Law, for now, let's just park the issue and revisit it when we come back after the tea.
I'm happy to do so, and I see perhaps it is about that tea time, but if I could just conclude on paragraph 15, and then we'll revert to this issue. Except to go on record and say, Mr. Matlala has got a full appreciation of the fact that the other issues that were discussed bear no bearing on the Medicare24 contract, and that's the understanding that he gave to the commission, to the commissioners in response to a question, and he is very clear about that. But we shall park the matter and we will pick it up after tea. For the moment then, Mr. Matlala, let's go to your paragraph 15.3. This time you are addressing your relationship with Lieutenant General Mafani Molefe. If you could read the contents of 15.3 into the record.
I place on record that I do not have any relationship with Lieutenant General Molefe Fani. I have never met him and have had no interactions with him, nor have I been at any gatherings where he was present.
And that will then lead us to your paragraph 15.4, where you specifically then deal with your relationship with Major General Khan.
I place on record that I do not have any relationship with Major General Khan. I have never met him and have had no interactions with him, nor have I been at any gatherings where he was present. It suffices to say that I do not know him.
And I take it that if one has regard to paragraph 2.2 of the notice of the 10-6 notice, that insofar as both Lieutenant General Mafani Molefe and Major General Feroz Khan, you cannot speak to the issues raised in paragraphs 2.2.1 to 2.2.7, because you, as you say, you do not know them at all, and therefore the issues that are raised in those subparagraphs do not arise in regard to them. Is that your position?
Yes, of course.
Thank you.
Let us adjourn and resume at 11:35.